Missouri State Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson was blasted all over social media this week for making a hand gesture in pictures with Ferguson citizens by people who assumed he was flashing gang signs, some calling for his immediate resignation. One of the highest-ranking black law enforcement officials in America, in fact a 27-year veteran, also a member of a violent street gang? Now, that's a real problem. At least it certainly would be if it were true. It was clarified shortly thereafter that Captain Johnson wasn't a gang member, but that he and these men were simply paying homage to their membership in Kappa Alpha Psi, a predominantly African-American collegiate fraternity founded in 1911 at Indiana University in Bloomington. Some of the Facebook chatter has been, well, quite humorous. One Facebooker commented, "Oh dear Lord, I'm whiter than a mayonnaise truck accident at a GOP convention, and I even recognize that that's not a gang sign." Besides Captain Johnson, the Kappa's membership includes people like Black entertainment television founder Bob Johnson, who became America's first black billionaire, and Bernard Harris, the first African-American to walk in space. And if you know sports, you know San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Perhaps the reason there's misperception about black fraternities is because throughout history, fraternities have been segregated. It wasn't until earlier this year that Greek organizations at the University of Alabama were fully integrated. Some might look at Captain Johnson's willingness to take such pictures with citizens as problematic, but in a suburb that's 67% black, and has had some 30 businesses damaged by the rioting there, it could also be considered a brilliant public relations move that's helping put a relatable human face on law enforcement officers in a community that feels that it's been violently wronged. A big part of the frustration boils down to the feeling among some protesters that police officers often assume blacks are criminals and gang members, in the same way that Captain Johnson was immediately assumed to be one. On the other side of the issue, police don't believe protesters understand the challenges they face as officers. This striking divide along racial lines remains many years after the Civil Rights Movement. A new Pew Center research poll exposes the sharp division in the perspectives of whites and blacks toward the situation in Ferguson. 80% of blacks believe what's happening there raises important issues about race, while just 37% of whites say it does. In fact, 47% of whites believe race is getting more attention than it deserves. The poll also showed that nearly 2/3 of blacks think the police have gone too far, while only 1/3 of whites think so. And 3/4 of blacks don't have confidence in the shooting investigation, but 52% of whites do. In fact, a 2011 study by Harvard Business School and Tufts University found that on average, white Americans believe they're victims of racism more often than blacks, that anti-white racism has increased and now is a bigger problem than anti-black racism. For the Wall Street Journal, I'm Lee Hawkins.